This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, bread.
Bread!
We have so much bread.
All of the
Kawaii-Fi bakery.
Yes.
So wait, can we open a bakery together?
We question the baking in Yakitate, Japan.
I also think that is sorcery and may not actually work.
It does not work. As somebody who has worked as a baker, that does not work.
Did you try? Did you try to make the Fuji-sama bread?
And we blame the moon.
It'd make good sense for Cyberpunk, for Naruto, for this. Like, I'm starting to think the moon's the problem. Maybe Piccolo was right.
Naval launch! Tetsuo! Kaneda!
Onita?
It's over 9,000! Nani?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi!
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Every time. Konnichiwa and welcome. You're tuning in to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we dive into the world of anime, manga, and otaku culture. I'm Kyle. With me is Ken and Aaron and bread.
Bread!
We have so much bread.
All
The
of the
Kawaii-Fi bakery.
Yes.
So wait, can we open a bakery together?
I think
Well.
I'm the only one with experience in a bakery here.
In a bakery, yes, but I have made bread. Not in a timely manner at all, though.
Roommates. Oh my god, they're roommates.
They're roommates. Oh my god.
Was that good for
Anyway,
you, ladies and gentlemen?
this episode, bread. We're not even
Bread.
kidding. We're talking Yakitate, Japan. It is literally an anime about making bread.
It is very retro.
It literally translates as freshly baked Japan, as in like Japanese bread. Pan being the word from bread.
Pun being the pun.
Yes. Actually, yeah, right. Well done, yeah.
Oh my god, it was puns all along.
Now, this is
No
one...
wonder you love this.
There's a
my
lot of puns
God.
in this, actually.
How did you not pick up on that?
I am very tired.
So, this one has been requested by one of our Patreon members for a while. We've got
Sorry,
time to slot it
Kagu.
in. Yeah, well done, Kagu. Bread.
Bread.
It's happened.
Bread.
We've got bags of bread on the table. We've got a croissant with cream filling and strawberries in it. We've got a
Which
cannoli.
side do you eat the the custard seashell first?
Oh, that's a good question. We're going to find that out.
Yeah, we got two of
Oh
them.
my god, that can be the next episode.
No, we got two of them. We're going to figure this out this episode.
He means Lucky Star.
Oh god.
Oh.
I mean,
We do have it on the list.
we do complain about you darn kids and your brain rot. We
This was ours.
had some brain rot back in the day too. and-
Everyone loves Magical Trevor.
you know,
Oh,
I
we're
actually,
talking like generic brain rot? Because Trogdor.
I introduced my mum to the concept of brain rot not so long ago. I had to explain it to her. And then she's just like, oh no, we had that in our day too.
Oh, yes. And then you linked a song. that
Yes,
she-
she introduced me to a song by the kid that was the kid on Lost in Space, and the song's called Fish Heads. Look it
Oh,
up, ladies
yeah,
and
yeah.
gentlemen.
I know that one.
Give it a YouTube, and I don't know,
It's a weird song.
Can we promote drug use on the show?
No.
Okay, don't
No.
do that before watching it.
No, we don't do that. Anyway, look, if you're new to the show, hello. If you're returning, hello, gorgeous.
G'day.
Hello there.
Yeah, well, hello there.
Welcome to a bunch of Australians talking about waifus.
Oh, God, no. That's like the one rule we have. Well, two rules. No swearing and no waifu wars.
Oh, but we can go Ocker?
No. Oh, I mean, maybe. But we're also on YouTube if you want to see the video version and see what bread we are actually eating. Patreon for additional content. We'll get into that in a moment. But first off, we need to talk about what we've been watching.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Nani? Ohio?
Hang time! I gotta go!
I have to know. Hooray! I did the thing. Doo-doo-doo.
Oni-chan, nani wo miru? What we're watching. Aza.
What?
What you been watching, Aza?
What you watching, mate?
Yeah.
I just took psychic damage.
Yeah, I know, right? But in all seriousness...
You've been watching stuff on Stan, mate.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Drinking a bit of VB.
No. Okay, so we've got a whole new anime season.
Yep.
And there have been some spectacular shows that are already here, and one that's already complete, which has had no promotion
Nothing came out of nowhere.
and totally should have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, let's play a game, Kenny. because I've already played this with Kyle. Kyle knows the answer.
Monster Hunter.
This anime, the title is The Opposite of a Sunset.
Moonrise.
Yes.
Moonrise Kingdom. This is a Wes Anderson movie.
No, it's not Moonrise Kingdom. It's just Moonrise.
Okay.
Moonrise.
Tell me more.
So, you like Full Metal Alchemist, right?
I fairly like.
You like cyberpunk, right?
Fairly
You like moon people, right?
No.
Tifa definitely does not like the moon people.
Okay, look, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So,
Okay,
I would
Meatloaf.
love to tell you what the plot of this anime is,
But you
but I have no clue. I have watched 10 episodes. Actually, no, I think it's like 13 at this stage. I have no idea what's going on. There's like space terrorists, an AI, a
think
dude with a robot arm.
I do remember watching a trailer for this, and we cackled over the fact that one of the main bad guys is named Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. No, that's father.
That's hard to take seriously.
And then there's Phil, and then there's Dr. Serpentia or something, and her clothes look like they're painted on.
That's the one you were talking about.
Okay.
Ah.
And then there's a dude.
Sorry, it's just I'm supposed to take seriously the terrorists named Bob and Phil.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aren't those the people from South Park?
It's Terrence and Philip. But it's just like
Close.
Close enough. So look, statistically, this is an original net anime, an ONA. It's 18 episodes, animated by Wit Studios, sci-fi, set in space. Anime producers are Studio Drive, which is interesting because they're pretty good.
And Studio Wit, isn't it?
Studio Wit for the actual studio of the production. So this is set in a not too distant future.
the year 2000.
Humanity has established.
Flight of the Conchords.
It's such a good one.
That is the future. That is the future.
So this is set in a not too distant future, and as we said, it's not the year 2000. Humanity has established a loosely organized world government, everything imagined by international AI called Sapientia. Okay,
I hate it.
so yep, people live peaceful lives by loyally obeying its rational decisions. However, Sapientia's lunar development project, which sends criminals and pollutants to the moon and to maintain Earth's peace, creates disparity and poverty on the moon. Who would have thought? Sparking a catalyst for the war. For war. Jacob Jack Shadow.
Yep, main character's named Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob.
Jack Shadow.
Yep.
Well, Jack's his nickname, but his full government name is Jacob Shadow.
Yeah. Gets caught up in this conflict after losing his family
hedgehog.
to a terrorist bombing by the moon's rebel army. Vowing revenge, Jack joins the Earth army as a scout on the moon, only to discover an unexpected leader among the resistance forces.
Bob.
No, that's actually Phil.
Oh.
No, I'm dead serious. I wish I was joking.
All of this was orchestrated by
They
Jeffrey.
were brothers,
You were like a brother to me.
except they were orphans in like this weird thing. And like, look, the concept of it's really cool, like especially the technology, because they've got these capes that they can sort of modify into weapons, and it nullifies the knockback and the anti-gravity and allows them to maneuver in 0 Gs.
Okay.
Which is like a really cool thing, and like you see them activating it, and like it lightens when they zoom, and it like gets heavier when they want to land.
This is what like we're supposed to love about science fiction anime is
Yeah.
the conceptual technology.
Yeah, and like the weapons can modify into whatever they need. So like every person sort of switches on the go to whatever works for them. There's this massive guy that just has a grenade launcher on his arm. Doesn't even flinch when he launches it because the cape takes all of the knockback from it, and it's just
Yeah.
it's so fun.
Yeah.
Action sounds fun.
But-
It just sounds like the plot's loopy.
I mean, look, the plot does make sense, but it doesn't for a long time because they jump back and forth.
Oh no.
Yeah. So like the first episode, like they start on a train on the moon, and then it goes back to Earth where the terrorist incident happens, and then it goes back to the moon where they're doing stuff, and then it goes back to Earth, and then it goes to when he arrives on the moon, and then it goes to him doing missions when everybody's skeptical of him, and then everybody trusts him, and then everyone's skeptical again, and it's like, just give me a linear timeline, please.
I miss
Yeah.
linear timelines.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as The Witcher.
Well, few things are.
Because that timeline was messed.
Yep. Well, the views online are kind of mixed. It's on a 6.87 on MyAnimeList. Keep in mind it's only been out for 4 days, so
It's fairly mixed though.
yeah. The kind of the balance of the reviews here is like I recommended. Even the people who recommend it say it was a missed opportunity. Like it's got incredibly good animation, an interesting, intriguing plot premise. Character designs were typical but enjoyable, and we'll get back to the character designs in a moment because there's actually a reason for it. And the pacing isn't horrible, and the story kept you wanting more. But the issue is, as everyone says, it struggles with everything else. Like the show is confusing. It invokes the classic trope of characters not communicating, and that causes the key problem every time. So it's just like, does anyone know how to talk on the moon? Apparently not.
It's a bit hard to.
I mean, yeah.
That can be an anime series. The therapist of mainline dramatic action animes.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the moon therapist.
That too, yes.
The moon therapist. I would watch
Moon
that.
Therapist.
Well, like,
Desmond.
it'd make good sense for Cyberpunk, for Naruto, for this. Like, I'm starting to think the moon's the problem. Maybe Piccolo was right.
Moon people, we need to get rid of them. Wow, that doesn't sound
Wow.
good at all.
Kyle, Brendan's
know.
not even here.
I'm not sure you're allowed to call them that. It's not PC, bro.
What do we call them? Lunarians?
Loonians?
Luna.
Loonies?
Lunatics?
People of Luna?
I don't know. Anyway, Moonrise is on Netflix, but the interesting thing about this and the character design of it, it looks a lot like Fullmetal Alchemist.
No,
There's a carbon copy of Winry in there.
Yeah. Do you want to know why? The guy who wrote it is the guy who wrote Fullmetal The person. Woman who wrote Fullmetal Alchemist.
I thought you were going to say because the people who made this are massive hacks and just ripped off Fullmetal Alchemist.
No, well,
No.
there's a dude who looks like the buff guy. Not Armstrong, the other guy.
Oh, the butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, heck, I forgot. I have to rewatch that.
Izumi Curtis's husband.
You caused a chain reaction of yawns.
Nerds.
have we-
Neither of you napped. I did. I'm immune.
Have we done Fullmetal Alchemist?
We have.
Okay.
We did do it pretty
Let's
early.
do it again.
So, it's Hiromu Arakawa.
That's it.
So, yeah. And they started off with the one-shot Stray Dog, but she's best known for creating Hagani no Renkinjutsu Kuji. I think you guys need to update that because she's best known for creating Full Metal Alchemist. So, there you go. Either way, this is not a 9.1 anime.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But it's still an interesting watch.
It's a turn your brain off film and don't
Yeah.
question the fact that their Darth Vader is named Bob.
I mean, if you switch your brain off, you're probably going to miss a lot of things.
Yeah.
Switch your brain on, but off-ish.
Well,
Standby mode.
I'm curious about the names because Techno Sound was a production house and they did Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Attack on Titan, they were one of the producers on all of that. MF Ghost, that's Mount Fuji Ghost for those wondering at home.
Nothing else.
Definitely
Definitely
nothing
not
else.
Samuel L. Jackson talking about ghosts.
No, definitely not. Macross and a few others. So, like, obviously they've got a bit of a wide round, but they're a Japanese company. Studio Drive, also a Japanese company.
This is delicious bread, by the way.
Is it now? Drive is a music production company, but they manage artists, but they helped with Konosuba.
What's the music and soundtrack like on this one?
Nothing notable.
They did the soundtrack for Konosuba and also Massive Pain, Man Turns Into a Dog.
Edward.
No, that's the other.
That's the other one. Fumetsu no Anate, To Your Eternity, second season.
Oh,
Yep. Fake Granddaughter,
Sadness.
Teppen. There's a lot. So look, there's a lot of interesting ones in here. None of them that are like knock them out of the park. So
yeah. But like I said, it's definitely an interesting enough one to,
Yeah.
got nothing else on, chuck it on.
Yeah. And I mean, there's 18 episodes. You could binge it. Like, that's...
Which is exactly why I watched it.
7.5 to 8 hours, probably, if you go back to back. So, if you got nothing on for a day. And it's dubbed, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. It makes it a bit easier for accessing it. Either way, you can watch it Netflix worldwide. It is a Netflix exclusive. Netflix were not one of the production companies, so they didn't have a role in this, from what I understand. But
good.
We'll see.
I hate it when Netflix has a role in stuff.
Okay, cool.
Like the Death Note movie.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad. Let's move on to Lazarus. Now, we've only watched the first episode, me and Aaron.
Yes.
Holy cow. Yes. Good? Very good.
Yes.
Very, very
Yes.
good. We've managed to find it subtitled, and the voice acting is phenomenal.
Kenny,
Hello.
do you like Cowboy Bebop?
I like Cowboy Bebop.
You'll like Lazarus.
Provisionally, I like Cowboy Bebop.
Not the live action, the anime.
I like Cowboy Bebop.
This is
Because
just...
Netflix wasn't involved in that.
Yeah. So Lazarus is basically the concept of Cowboy Bebop, like the way those characters interact and behave, was brought into the future with the same type of soundtrack and action scenes and combat, but instead of it being that these people are bounty hunters, they're a crack team who've been put together to track down
An evil doctor.
yeah.
Dr. Wily.
Made a drug, got the whole world
mad
addicted to
scientist.
it. 3 years after you take it, you die.
Oh, wow.
Didn't tell anyone until like 2 months before.
It's a cure-all.
Yeah.
It's just a magical drug that cures every disease. And he managed to slip a thing in it that mutates over the 3 years into a deadly neurotoxin that you can't get out of your body.
Now,
Okay.
there are some plot points in this that don't work yet. If everyone else is producing it, how would they know to put that in? Wouldn't they check it themselves, especially if they're making their own generic version? Stuff like that go with like understanding pharmaceutical research. However, I don't care.
Also, if it's a cure-all, can it cure the neurotoxin?
Do you have to just keep taking it? Does that stop it? Yeah. So there's a lot that could go either way on this, but the first episode was exceptional. It was very fast paced.
Prison break!
It's a prison break.
I've seen clips of that. And
yeah.
It looks excellent.
There is one kind of weird shot where they go really like they continued using the fisheye lens when they didn't
Yeah.
need to, but other than that, like everything was perfect. Like
Okay.
it was really well done. It was smooth. There weren't any nasty drop frames or really bad low quality shots.
It was very consistent.
Yeah, the whole way through. So really been impressed by it. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. We've got episode 2 to watch tonight, I believe, possibly. So yeah,
We get to number 2 tonight?
we get to number 2.
Awesome.
Yeah.
With all this bread.
Oh dear God.
I knew he was good.
Anyway,
You missed me.
yeah. Lazarus is on HBO Max worldwide. If you're in the US, you can catch it on Adult Swim once a week. It's got a scheduled appointment, and then it'll end up on HBO Max afterwards. Now, moving on from that, we're doing something. Can you been watching something a little bit out of left field because of an announcement that we're going to talk about in the news, but you started rewatching Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, the series.
Yes, because I, under no circumstances, watched the new Devil May Cry and did not at all judge it to be terrible dreck, unworthy of any respect or mention. In fact, I didn't watch it at all. I ended up going back and rewatching Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex.
How does it hold up? Because we're at 20 years now.
Excuse me. That's how well.
Okay.
No, it is still good.
It is still good.
Writing is still solid. The animation is still awesome. The old CGI opening sequence is nostalgic.
Nostalgic, but maybe a little bit a bit weird for some.
Oh, terrible. It looks like PS2 graphics. It's
Oh, beautiful.
But, I mean, that was the height of fashion back in the day.
This is
It was
true.
the style at the time.
Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know why. It's the last few forays into Ghost in the Shell have been disappointing, and so the question started sort of bubbling in my mind, was it ever good?
Yeah.
And then when we saw the little teaser trailer for
there's a new one coming.
there is a new one coming, and it is...
Very nice.
There are favorable aspects to it. The fact that it isn't made in full CGI is wonderful.
That the last one, the 2065 or whatever it was just, it was hard to watch to the point that we gave up.
Not just that, the plot was reprehensible.
It felt like it was trying to do like Full Metal Panic Fumofu and failed. Is probably the easiest way to explain it for those familiar. So like Full Metal Panic, the first season is hardcore mecha. The second season took all the comedy moments from the comics and put them into its original thing.
We haven't done one on that, have we?
We haven't. We do need to do a Fumofu episode.
Yes.
But it was fantastic. But in the manga that was interspersed throughout the show, whereas the shows for format, the tone and the topics they were covering were far too heavy to have, like, hey, this girl's being kidnapped and locked in a trunk, and lol, look at this guy in a bear suit. Like, it doesn't work in that format. Like, so they did a really good job with like splitting that into 2 seasons. However, in the case of Ghost in the Shell, it felt like they had all these zany ideas for, hey, what if they did this? And then they just made a series about it, and it doesn't fit in anywhere.
There is a lot of that. It's like you could hear the writer's room going, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we...
Yeah.
And when you can sort of sense the meta around that, when you can sort of see how the bread is being made while you're looking at it, you're just a bit like, oh no.
Why did you put sawdust in?
So it's like the Animatrix.
I rate the Animatrix like for its time, but in this case it feels more like X-Arm.
Yeah.
Like the concept and the ideas behind it were good. But when the studio got a hold of it and decided how they were going to implement it, they messed it up.
Thanks, Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I mean, look, X-Arm, everyone who liked the series hates the anime and now tells everyone, don't ever watch the anime, don't ever give them your money, read it is the only way. The series doesn't exist, just like season 2 of Promised Neverland.
To say
If you
nothing
watch
of
it,
High
don't
Guardian
judge me.
Spice. If you watch it, don't judge me. No, I'm fully judging that person.
Actually, on that note, I had a really silly, not argument, but discussion on one of the Facebook groups I am about anime, and people are talking about the new one where it's like, the granddad guy gets reincarnated or something like that. Turns out it's meant by the Rent-A-Girlfriend creator.
Oh, yes.
So of course it's going to go straight into harem territory. Oh no, it's not that one. Sorry, it's the one where it's like, hey, you've got 6 sisters. Guess what? You're not blood related anymore. And it's just like, really? And everyone on there is just like, the guy's like, look, it's better than Rent-A-Girlfriend, and everyone's like, that's not a high bar.
Yeah, that's like saying athlete's foot is better than cancer. You're correct, but I want neither.
yeah. It's just like, it's better than Rent-A-Girlfriend, to which my response was, so is School Days, but you don't see us recommending that.
Although, if you want to watch...
No, don't. That's not suitable for our audience. Anyway, don't watch it. Watch something better. There's so much better choices this season.
It's not even the fact that it's adult rated. It's terrible.
It's just bad.
It's the worst.
Anyway.
Just go watch Full Metal Brotherhood again.
Just go onto fanfiction.net. It's better than that. It's better than School Days.
AO3.
Oh, no.
What about My Eternal? Or is it My Immortal? Yeah. Anyway, that's what we've been checking this season so
Look
far.
it up, children.
That's what we've been watching. We've got a lot more to go through. This season's actually a lot bigger than we realized. There's some shows we weren't going to check out that are now on our list because we've seen the first episode trailers and bits for it, and they look actually really good.
Yaiba?
So, yeah, Yaiba looks really good.
Yeah.
Like real classic shonen.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good one. Anyway, when we are back in 2 weeks, we'll probably have 4 new shows to talk about anyway. Maybe 5 actually, because we might have Terry as well. Yeah, it's gonna. The next episode is Beyblades. It's going to be all the boys. It's going to be hilarious.
Boy Blades.
Wow. Before we move on, I do have something we have to mention. HoshiCon has just announced that they are back this year. We've done a lot with HoshiCon over the years here in Perth. They are going to have their next event at the Cannington Exhibition Centre and Convention Centre, which is on November 29th and 30th. It is actually going to be a later start from 12 and finishing at 8, which a lot of people are complaining about, but I think is amazing because that means we can have a lie-in, we can prep stuff on the day. Cosplayers don't have to rush or spend the whole night beforehand being burnt out.
Yeah, because cosplayers always cram the night before, rightly
Yeah.
so. Their costumes can get crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so to go from cramming till like 2 o'clock in the morning to waking up for a 9 a.m. start or something, that is just That's demanding.
Yeah. And then that means, you can have a lie-in the next morning before rushing down as well. So it all is looking and sounding good.
Perth is a chill city. Our convention shall be chill too.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll tell you more once we do know more, but so far the only details we do have is the date, that it's a whole weekend event, and the time frame for it, which is fantastic to hear about. So we will obviously update more details once we know. The Hoshi crew have always been, good friends of us. I worked with them for quite a while as well, and we will definitely be there doing another anime quiz, if not just being goofballs all together on stage. So yeah, it'll be chaotic and it'll be good fun. But yeah, we'll keep you up to date once we know more. Anyway, let's get stuck into what we're actually watching, been talking about this week, and that is Bread.
Kawaii-Fi Radio. Oh, it's so bad.
It's so good.
It's so 80s.
Retro classics.
So while countries such as France, England and Germany all have their own internationally celebrated bread, Japan simply does not have one that can match its reputation. I disagree with this statement because melon pan is amazing.
You're right, but I wouldn't classify it as a bread.
I would.
That's a treato.
If croissant can be classified as a bread, melon pan can be classified
Me
as
and
a bread.
Tifa were having a big long discussion about this as well. It's we were looking for what is kind of Japanese bread, and there is the Hokkaido milk loaf, which is about as close as you can get, but still a very desserty thing. Like everything that comes out of Hokkaido, what is that city?
The cheese tarts.
The cheese tarts for one thing. It just
The ice cream from Hokkaido is insane.
Ice cream from Hokkaido.
Yeah.
Everything from Hokkaido looks amazing. What is that country?
What is that country? It's Japan.
Yeah, there you go. So we are talking Yakitate Japan, which literally translates as freshly baked Japan. So there is a pun here on the word Japan because pan, P-A-N, is French for bread, and Japan, like many other cultures, have taken words from other languages and borrowed them, just like we did from French and European languages into English. They did the same with French and German languages and some English words because they didn't have the equivalent. So it is it's the Japan, the bread of Japan.
And so our main character, I've already forgotten his main name. Oh,
Azuma.
thank you, Azuma.
Kazuma Azuma.
I mean, he's Naruto. I'm gonna call him Naruto.
Yeah, so he discovers the wonders of bread making at a young age.
And not only that, he has a superpower. Turns out he's a shonen protagonist and has a magic power that no one else has.
Hot hands.
Fire fists.
Solar hands.
Hot hands. Hot
Yeah,
mittens.
he got rejected from Fire Force.
Probably for the best with how, the world ends in Fire Force. So,
Yeah.
See, in this world, it's that because he has that hot hands, it means that the yeast in bread will ferment more quickly under his touch and make a superior loaf. This is his magic power.
I love this so much.
He has warm hands.
It's so silly.
Watch the intro out of context and tell me what you think the anime is about.
Car games on motorcycles.
Games on board.
Grandpa doing kung fu, a crazy horse being ridden by a guy with a fro.
Who's got a baguette?
What is that guy's deal?
We don't
He's so
know.
cool.
We kind of do know. That's the manager.
I mean, yeah, but we don't know why he's that weird, and that is part of his story, was my understanding.
It's the fact that he's weird. It's also the fact that his character design is just so bombastic. It's so unique without looking like, anime hair protagonist kind of thing.
This is true.
He's this dark-skinned gentleman with an afro, and he dresses like every kind of city pop album I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's a scene in the first episode he's in that Kyle particularly enjoyed.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I there were a lot of scenes I enjoyed with him.
I'm talking about the scene.
About him sitting on top of, or are we talking about the Yeah. We'll come to that in a minute. So, look, this started airing in 2004 in October, making it just over 20 years old, finishing its run in 2006 with a wonderful 69 episodes.
Nice.
It was a 4x3 format, so this is the old school standard definition shows. It was originally a manga, which ran from 2001 to 2007 in Weekly Shonen Sunday. 26 volumes, so that's 6 years, 52 chapters a year. Like, that's like
Oh, the
300
anime's got
and-
so much filler.
Yeah, but that's still 300 and something chapters. So, like, you know, and the anime just kind of, you know, abandons stuff halfway through because it decides it doesn't like how the arc's going. It's like, let's forget about this character and just go on to the final battle instead. So this series focuses on Kazuma Azuma.
Kazuma.
Because that's exactly where my brain's going.
Yeah, same Kazuma.
He's blessed with unusually warm hands that allow dough to ferment faster, and he's able to bring baking innovations to another level. And as he begins working at the prestigious Japanese bakery chain, Pantasia, as in pan as in bread, Pantasia.
Fantasia.
Breadtasia.
Azuma encounters other talented bakers and experiences firsthand the competitive world of baking. Along with his newfound friends and rivals, Azuma strives to create new and unparalleled bread that will start a baking revolution.
Yes, he wishes to create a bread which is the quintessential Japanese bread.
And we have a selection of Japanese breads.
Well,
That we've been nomming on.
Yeah, we have got some matcha bread with red bean
bean.
inside
Azuki.
it, azuki. We have got a custard horn.
sad custard bun with a sad face.
That looks very happy, that face.
Yes, no, that is
He's seen
madness.
some things.
It kind of looks like Kermit the Frog, the face on that. Like,
I will
it's a
find
Muppet-
you.
and I will kill you. We have got a chocolate corn. We've got a
Hash brown.
it's a croquet sandwich. A
Well,
croquette.
it's a curry hash brown bun.
Yeah, curry croquette.
Which is it's an amazing invention.
It is
So
fantastic.
good. It
And
just
then
needs
there's-
a little cupie on top.
Yeah, and then there's of course like the
Oh,
sausage.
it's got some in the middle.
Sausage dogs, which is like a hot dog but it's fully encased in bread, which is amazing. Yakitate actually won the 49th Shogakukan Manga Award for the Shonen category in 2004. Sharing the award with Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, what?
They were dual winners,
Oh, that's crazy.
right? So
Bread!
bread and metal.
I mean, this is kind of like your traditional kind of, well, I'd almost call it a Food Wars format, where they're making a particular thing every week. It's this is the new challenge. This is the kind of bread that you're making.
And you'll learn a little bit about it too, yeah.
This is what Senshi wanted.
Yeah.
Just every week bread.
Hell
Yeah. But here's the thing as well, like this show and bread has a very special place in your heart/history.
Yes. So I was a very young, very easily influenceable young boy when this came out. And yes.
You've been young before?
I know, right? I actually had hair when this came out.
I'm trying to imagine you young and you've just still got the beard.
Yeah. Common misconception. The beard came in after the child. So I watched this and I realized that, hey, bread's pretty cool. And then there was an apprenticeship at one of the local bakeries going up. And I went, sign me up. Let's do this. And then for the first 3 weeks, they paid me in bread.
Oh.
I mean,
At the time that would have been exceptional, but also like
Well, I was 15, 16 at the time. So I was excited to go home with a loaf of bread and a fun little bun sack.
yeah.
okay, yeah, that is kind of glorious.
Right?
when you're young and you've got your first job and stuff, you're just like, woohoo, free stuff.
I ate the entire loaf of bread on my walk home. Wow. No, it was delicious. You get fresh bakery bread, it hits different.
It does.
You like to crush the loaf? Yes.
I love crushing loaf. Minecraft movie.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh no.
I'm hip with the kids. I've never played Minecraft.
Well, then you're missing out.
Yes, you have. You played on the server, didn't you?
But I know.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
He didn't.
I believe I've played it once.
Oh.
And I thought, yeah, it's okay.
Well, Kagu, the person who suggested to do wonderful Patreon member who suggested doing this episode, he went and put TNT under people's doors. So.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay, well, me and Kagu were playing, and then we came back, and then Aaron had put TNT under people's doors, so you walk in and boom. It's like,
I believe when I first played, I tried making an underwater tunnel between a river.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Or that was Terraria, possibly.
Both.
Yeah.
If it gives me the option to do something underwater or diggy hole, I'm gonna diggy hole.
Yeah.
Mountains.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun. We should maybe play again. We'll see.
I could be tempted. After you guys play Conan with me.
Yes, we do have to play Conan the Barbarian. So, Food Wars was allegedly inspired by Yakitate, Japan. It takes a lot of similarities into
They do the foodgasm bit.
Yeah.
Wait, can we say that?
Yeah.
They do the foodgasm bit.
Yeah.
Without the loss of clothing. Well,
Yeah, it's definitely
It's
more
PG.
PG rated than... Yeah, Food Wars is. Food Wars is ridiculous, and it knows it because it saw this sort of format and took it to the nth degree, and that we're okay with.
Did I tell you about my sister's experience with Food Wars?
No.
I don't know if this is acceptable for the show.
This is extremely unacceptable for the show. No, it's quite acceptable. She just got Crunchyroll because I started doing the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just like, oh, can you give me some recommendations of stuff to watch? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll. Here's a nice big list. I went over the top of the list. It's just like, no, that's a lot. I'm just going to watch this first. I'm like, oh, yeah, what's this? Food Wars. No! She watched that and she's just like, dude, what is anime? That's not what that
Yes,
doesn't represent
every
all
anime is Food Wars.
And I'm just like, please, just watch something else. Watch one of the comfy shows. Watch Eurocamp or something. Just like, no, I'm going to watch this one called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure instead.
Yes.
She went from that to that.
Oh, Claire.
She's a derp.
I like your sister.
Yeah,
She's a good one. Now, interestingly, this series had a game for the DS in 2006.
how
Was it like Cooking Mama?
I think it was.
wicked?
Yeah, so Yakitate Japan, and then the characters reappeared in a different game 2 years later. So, as like
Smash Bros?
special guest.
Okay.
Basically,
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah, basically think of it being like Cooking Mama, and then it adds extra characters in from other shows. Like that sort of principle for it. So like, you know how like, you have Batman in the old Tekken or whatever it was.
Okay, yeah.
Like that sort of thing. That were like special edition characters you
It's
get out
the
of.
Iron Chefs. No. Okay, that would be amazing.
So look, we've got a lot of thoughts around this show.
It's
a
so
lot.
beautifully creative.
It's comfy. It's educational. Looks good, even for its time. This was a fun anime.
It was fun.
It also made fun of itself, which is important because it liked to make references in certain anime.
Yes. So it made of a Fist of the North Star reference, and
I
it's
mean, what anime
Fist
doesn't?
of the North bread, as I like to call it, and it's like you will now germinate, and he literally goes, "Oh, why you are?" Yeah. Kanzai Ben's definitely on drugs. I've decided it's official.
That's Great Teacher on
Yeah,
Itsuka.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Joey Wheeler.
Yeah.
This anime is about Naruto and Joey Wheeler opening up a bakery together, and they're roommates.
So I also have to point out that the main character Kazuma is truly the classic idiot archetype, which is
He's Tanjiro.
Yeah, which is why he's got the dual antennas.
I
Like
mean-
one antenna's dumb, two antennas brick.
He's going to be the next Hokage baker, and yes, he's Tanjiro.
He loves crying. He just breaks down in tears, and then he's like, "My family's amazing." And then he's got the reliable older sister too.
Yeah, the older sister's cool. She kind of reminds
She's
me of.
nuts. I love her.
She reminds me. The character design for her reminds me of Pris from the early Bubblegum Crisis. So not 2040, but 2033. It's the very similar style. It's like the hair, which has got the lines through it to show like it's a ponytail sort of thing. The fact that she's a biker, she's got that you can trust her attitude to her. Like, but she's cool sort of thing.
I just love
really
how
like the
she
sister. She's a good character.
introduces Kazuma to bread. Is that she ties him up and drags him along behind her bike.
And I love the fact that the continuity in that first episode, the rope never gets taken off him until he's actually making the bread. It's just like, How many hours have passed that he's been wrapped up in the bread? Okay, then. So yeah.
Don't do that with your children?
No.
Your siblings?
No.
Oh.
I lock my siblings in car boots instead and give them lifelong trauma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think mine's probably better for them then.
Yeah. Now,
Mine dropped a trampoline on me from a great height.
We'll unpack that later.
Yeah. I have several questions. Firstly, what the hell are solar hands?
Kyle?
Because everyone knows. Oh, you're hot like me.
Solar hands.
Oh, we're all touching hands now. Also, the sister's lactose intolerance. That's not how lactose intolerance works.
Wait, she is? Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
like the sister of the
manager's sister.
manager's sister is like,
Anaphylactic shock from lactose.
you don't get that.
Does that not happen?
It does not happen. You don't get anaphylactic shock from lactose intolerance. It just makes you have diarrhea.
You have to go poopy.
Could that just be a translation error though? Is she simply allergic to?
No. She went to the hospital. She passed out after a bite of bread.
Yeah.
It wasn't like even much either. It was so ridiculously over the top.
Yeah, a tiny bite and then she's just on the floor.
Yeah.
Within the minute, it's just like
She didn't even puff up or anything.
So obviously they're taking the mickey. It's meant to be a joke. This is very much a gag manga in many
It's
elements.
supposed to justify what they're doing.
Yeah.
And like the challenge that they have.
Yeah. And you pointed out, Aaron, that a lot of the time the show's main insert music, like the uplifting music, sounds like Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve, which was released during production of this.
wow.
Listen for it. You will hear it.
I didn't notice it. I'm just gonna continue watching.
Sorry,
this.
it wasn't released during it, but it was already out. So I think it was 1997 for Bittersweet, and this went into production in 2001, literally after the first year of the manga doing really well.
What
or 2003.
surprise.
I'm getting my years mixed up. Yeah, 2003,
Wait,
sorry.
is the manager the main singer from the?
No. I literally think the character's design was done purely for that Fist of the North Star gag. And then after that, they're like, how do we use it? Well, let's just make him like a gangster type character.
I've seen plenty of like other animes and mangas where they will use a character design based on like a rock star or someone local to them who's just sort of like a character, a figure. Mm-hmm. I've seen it done before, so I'm just wondering, it's like, was there just this one Afro bloke that just like the writer of the manga is just like, I'm featuring this in an anime.
When was that for a samurai?
Oh,
You're the one with the computer.
I think that was.
I think the first one was quite like 90s.
No, well, the first one.
The first one, yeah, but not the Samuel L. Jackson one. Like that one was later.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson one was
19 originally serialized in the avant-garde doujin manga magazine No How from 98 to 2002.
Okay.
Could be.
So yeah, because he does. Oh no, that other guy's the other guy that's got the sword.
Yeah. The other samurai.
Yeah.
Sasuke.
It was then adapted into a miniseries by Gonzo in 2007, but it did obviously have that cult following. So
that's another one we got to do Afro Samurai.
Yeah, we do. But yeah, so
With
like,
Terry?
Hell yeah.
I mean, like, has he watched it?
Oh.
Does he have an Afro wig?
I mean,
He's gonna start growing his hair out.
but he's going for dreads now that he's married, isn't he?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anyway, probably not. Like, optimistic, probably not. Either way, this is a series where if you like bread,
Who doesn't?
you will learn about bread. And
Learn a thing or two.
there's gluten. And
Very good, Kyle.
yeah,
There's gluten in bread.
there is bread. There
Gluten
is butter.
exists.
There is lots of fun little things in it.
Okay, that to be fair, it's like you'll learn about like making bread and stuff, but I don't think that bloody croissant works.
No.
No, that's just been made up.
Yeah, he crafts a croissant which burns on the outside so that it can make a perfect croissant on the inside. And you break it with your spoon and it just disintegrates into perfection.
I mean, I bet you
That's
there's someone
magic.
out there on YouTube who has done videos trying to do these recipes.
Oh,
there is
for sure.
always someone.
But I'd say if you're going to copy the recipe, stop at the 108.
Yeah. This was the studio behind it was Sunrise.
Hey.
So, you know, we know Sunrise well. They did a lot of early shows, including Cowboy Bebop and Gundam, a lot of Gundam. Aniplex was in the producer pool along with TV Tokyo and Tohoku Shinsha Film Corporation and Atelier Musa. So there's a lot of people involved in it, but like the main two ones that people will know is TV Tokyo and Aniplex. Licensor was Nozomi Entertainment, but that's more for international and shipping and stuff. So not really. That's like saying, yes, the person who packaged my burger is the person who actually made the burger. No. They just put it in the bag for you. You can watch it on Crunchyroll, but it is depends on region. Like some areas have all of it, some of it have one season, some of them have the last season, some of them don't have anything.
Licensing.
Yay. The good news is it is currently rated on a 7.9 on MyAnimeList, and for a show over 20 years old, which is not like a seminally well-known show, that's pretty good.
Yes.
It's very good.
I think it's just that everyone that watches it seems to like it.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch it and you're just like, hey, yeah.
I like bread now.
Yeah.
I always did like bread, but I didn't appreciate bread.
I appreciate bread now.
Now I want more bread.
I understand the struggles of the bread maker.
Now I'm going to stick my bread to the top of the oven and make it drop down.
Yeah, I also think that is sorcery and may not actually work.
It does not work. As somebody who has worked as a baker, that does not work.
Did you try? Did you try to make the Fuji-sama bread?
Yeah, he definitely tried.
It's not viable!
Okay, you're saying this, but you didn't try. Next Kawaii-Fi episode, we try to make the Fuji bread in Kyle's oven.
No,
Yes.
it doesn't work already. So look,
It has a haunted range hood.
yeah, I've got a haunted range hood. We won't explain that.
An old war widow died in his range hood, and now whispers from beyond the grave.
Yes, on my new build. She died exactly 18 months ago when they were installing the final electronics in the house. Don't know how she got in here. Don't know where the body went.
Who you got to call?
Where did she come from? Where did she go?
It was Cotton Eye Joe who did this.
Oh, jeez.
We must
Anyway,
track down Cotton Eye Joe.
if you want to learn about bread and baking and get some ideas where some of the world's most famous and popular breads came from and the backgrounds behind them and what goes into them, like I keep forgetting that milk is sometimes used to make bread, and it makes perfect sense for some types of bread. This is a great show to watch. It's good fun. It's pretty low stakes. You know that, it's a shonen, so everything will be all right. It's, the old shonen. It's not dark shonen, so...
And they were roommates.
You keep saying that, but they don't live together. I actually don't know where he lives.
Oh my god, yeah. Where the hell do they live?
He was stuck in the freezer for the first night, so like...
Does he just live in the freezer now?
And then the next night they work through the night, and you don't see them sleep at all, and you're just like, this is hard.
Look, I'll be honest with you. Bakers do most of their work at night.
Yeah,
because
this
you
is
need to be
true.
able to sell it during the day, and the fermenting process, resting, baking, all of that takes a while. So you do your best work at night. But why does it matter where they sleep?
I'm intrigued, and I have questions that need answers.
He's not going to go home to the country, and does he seem like the person with a lot of money?
Homeless
Yes.
baker.
He has magic anime hands. You can use them to rob banks.
Do either of them have a lot of money? No, that's why they became bakers.
It's such a plot hole, but it's so shonen.
And also, don't get into baking for the money.
There isn't any.
There is no money in baking.
Unless you like set up your own bakery, and even then you want to have someone who's like paying extra.
Which end do I eat from first?
The chocolate horn is whichever end you're more comfortable with. Last time I ate it like an ice cream cone because that way was easier to do it. But
I don't know. I need to deliberate on which end to eat first.
Custard for the boys.
the custard horn, I'm going to go for the north part. For those playing at home on the audio version, we are pulling out the bread and having a tasty taste.
Welcome to the bread ASMR. Listen to the crackle of this crust.
There's no... This is good bread, like they said in the anime. It bounces back if you punch it.
Just like real bread.
I love it when my bread punches me back.
Kids out there, you can test on your bread just by giving it a nice big punch first thing in the morning.
Apparently.
Right in front of your parents.
Take out the Wonder Bread, the entire loaf. Just punch it.
tests the viability. If it doesn't bounce back, it's not good bread. Tell Mum to buy a new one.
If it doesn't bounce back, send it back to Tip Top.
Doesn't bounce back. Run. Your parents are about to kill you.
It's like, well, honey, I didn't know you bought flatbread. Oh, well, look. The show's good fun. Check it out if you want to.
Inspiring delinquency.
If you enjoyed Food Wars, you will enjoy this for the loose absolute sanity of it.
You were about to say lewd. No.
Lucidity was what I was going to say, but it was the wrong word. It was ludicrosity.
Ludicrous.
No, Chris isn't here. We can't do that.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
So we've all got our mouths full with bread right now.
The extra sugar is good for helping us keep going halfway through the show.
Now, anime news, there is a lot going on at the moment, but we do, of course, have a controversy to start with. And this one is...
It's Kenny from South Park.
Oh my god! This one is actually quite concerning. MediaDo Distribution, the owners of MyAnimeList, have sold MyAnimeList to a Web3 AI company called Gordy. Yeah. The Tokyo-based Gordy company develops a fan link community platform using blockchain technology. Who's going to tell Japan that, like, blockchain's over?
It's okay. It's secure. It's on the blockchain.
Yeah, but it's not. So this was announced. So ebook distributor MediaDo Holdings announced on March 26 it had sold all of its shares in the anime database website MyAnimeList to Tokyo-based company Gordy. MediaDo noted that it expects to record an extraordinary gain in the first quarter of its fiscal year, amounting to 531 million yen, about $3.5 million US.
I think I might never use MyAnimeList again.
I mean, it's already pretty bad.
Yeah.
Established in 2018, Gordy uses blockchain and generative AI, in its aim to create what it terms as fan nations, or online venues where fans can connect and express their fandom. They operate the Gordy FanLink platform, a blockchain and NFT-focused fan platform. It gets worse, which includes Sony Music Group, Bandai Namco, Sanrio, Aniplex, Shueisha, Toho, and Comic Smart Inc. as its partners. They also operate the Gordy Financial Labs company, which is focused on providing Web3-based financial services, including NFTs and cryptocurrency partnerships. All I'm going to say to all of our listeners is do not buy a single NFT or crypto thing that comes out of MyAnimeList. If they bring Mal coins out, do not buy them. It is a scam. It has been proved over and over whenever a new coin launches. It is literally a pump and dump plan. The people who create the coin are the only ones who benefit for it. You will never get your money back.
So when are we making Kawaii-Fi coin?
Never. Because we're
coin.
better than that. If you don't believe me, look at CoffeeZilla's videos. He covers it all
I
in
think
deep
we
details.
should make a kawaii coin, just it has to be physical.
I've got one. It's there.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally, I got it printed when I was at the Tokiwaso Home of Heroes, manga heroes in Tokyo, and it's got Kawaii-Fi 2023 written on it.
Oh,
So yeah, that's the type of coin I'm behind. Physical. So there's a lot of questions about how this is going to impact MyAnimeList, and what it's going to do with its partnerships with Hulu and Crunchyroll and HiDive. So watch this space. I do not have high hopes. So
Watch this space. There will be a train wreck.
yeah. All right, on to something really important. Voice actress, one of the favorites of our voice actors on the show, Rie Takahashi, is taking a 1-month break for surgery. She needs to have some vocal cord nodules removed. Yeah. So she's obviously been pushing herself pretty hard. She's going to take a 1-month break to undergo that surgery. She's apologized to her supporters for causing concerns, but she assures her fans she is in good health. She also expressed her gratitude to the people who helped with her schedule and people at the agencies for taking time to help accommodate her.
She is just one of the most hardest working people in the industry.
She's insanely good, yeah. And considering she literally just came off 2 shows that ended. No, 3, sorry. Blue Mibero, I May Be a Receptionist, A Good Receptionist, and 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You. They all just finished their second season. Wait, no, there's more. Honey Lemon Soda, Ishura's second season, ReZero's third season, Rurouni Kenshin, Kyoto Disturbance, Shangri-La Frontier's second season, and Witchy Precure. All were last season. and she was on all of those.
Damn.
So she needs a break.
Time for a little holiday.
Yeah. Now, for
She
context,
needs some milk.
so she has said that, you know, she's very grateful and will take the opportunity in her short break to fully recuperate so she can return and work with her characters thoroughly and delicately. This is, you know, we've been talking about Rie Takahashi for a long time on the podcast because she is in so many shows and I think she's younger than us. I think she's Emma's age. So I think she's 33-ish, 34.
She's a baby.
Yeah, but she has been pretty much since she was 20 on shows, and she can sing, she can dance, she can do all of the promotional stuff. She does a really good job with it, and all of her characters, they sound different, which is impressive. So, like...
She's very talented.
She is. I just
needs
don't want her to burn out.
Needs a holiday, damn it.
Yeah.
Come to Australia.
Oh, she can't. She can be a guest.
So she's also in she's in a few shows which are airing at the moment, but she's already pre-recorded those parts for those shows because they're minor characters as opposed to being lead characters. She's going to return as Ren in the second season of I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, and as Sumi Sakurasawa in the fourth season of Rent a Girlfriend in July. I don't know why she's returning for that. They just need to move on from it. But, you know, and actually on that note,
How is it still alive?
Sumi's the only good character in that series. So, and they gave her a spin-off. And then everyone liked the spin-off better than the main series, and the mangaka killed it off because it was, you know, cannibalizing his sales.
I know, it's because they preferred that to his like main work. It's
His main waifu that he literally is in love with, even though he's got a wife. He's really weird.
He's taken cardboard cutouts of his own character out on dates.
While he has a wife and child. Yeah. This guy...
I want to see the interview with them.
No.
So how do you feel about your husband?
He needs help. What, in the office? No, in life. Princess Mononoke's 4K restoration has screened across the US and earned $5.9 million in that 1 week.
Delightful.
In its second week, 5.3 in the first week, and then 600,000 during its second week. Box Office Mojo site reports that it was GK's 4K restoration screening of Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke.
How many cinemas across America do you know?
630 theaters.
Dang.
That's pretty good.
Is also available in IMAX too. It ranked number 6 in its opening weekend, which says a lot about the state of US cinema at the moment. And it's screening exclusively to IMAX theaters in North America on March 26th. So that means that they have that many IMAX cinemas in America. That's wild. Okay. It should be going international, and it should be good. I don't believe this has been like 4K restored using AI. I think they literally got the original stuff. It's still got the original voice cast as well for the English dub, which is
kind of a phenomenal voice cast.
It's Gillian Anderson, Billy Crudup, Claire Danes, Jada Pinkett Smith, which is odd because I forgot about that completely, and Billy Bob Thornton. So yeah, like. It's done good, and it previously screened in 2016 for its 20th anniversary. I think we went and saw that in this would be its. Ooh.
I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
I'll see it again. I love that movie.
Maybe it was the 25th anniversary we saw it. 2021.
No.
22?
Because Tifa was on the team.
Yeah. Maybe, well, we got it late, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it must have been 2022. But yeah. Anyway, look, it's good. If you haven't watched it, go see it.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah. One Piece Film Red recently surpassed Princess Mononoke to become the 6th highest earning film of all time in Japan, unadjusted for inflation. Princess Mononoke remains the 8th highest grossing film of all time at the Japanese box office, but this is just in Japan. Outside of Japan, One Piece Film Red is nowhere near Princess Mononoke or any other Ghibli.
Good.
So, moving
Sorry, it's
on.
like, respect to the One Piece fandom, but...
One Piece Red was a terrible film.
It was a terrible movie.
I didn't finish it. I gave up. I did give up.
I watched it all the way through, but I was not very invested.
I stopped respecting One Piece a long time ago.
Fair enough. Right, now on to good news. Science Saru has announced and revealed that they are creating a Ghost in the Shell TV anime, which Kenny is very excited about.
I swear you always take a bite right before Kyle says something that you reply to. Like every time.
Every time. No, stop. So Bandai Namco Filmworks has revealed a new trailer and the main staff for Science Saru's Ghost in the Shell TV anime. It's slated to debut in 2026, but, that's hopefully means the first or second quarter. The new anime is titled Kokaku Kidotai, which is the name of the manga. Just The Ghost in the Shell, which is the English title.
It's Science Saru. They did Easy Breezy.
Yeah.
Keep your hands off my Aizuken.
They've done a lot of really good stuff. Moku-chan is the director. They were the storyboarder and key animator for Dan to Dan, Heikei Story, Tatami Time Machine Blues. That's him making his directorial debut with the anime at Science Saru.
Because he's got kind of like the mono name thing going on, like Rockstar. What?
Oh.
What'd you find?
To Enjo is the writer. He did the Empire of Corpses novelist, Space Dandy, and Godzilla Singular Point script.
Oh, this is gonna be a floopy anime.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm in.
Shuhei Handa, who did Little Witch Academia's TV series, Scott Pilgrim takes off, and the Spriggan ONA is designing the characters and also serving as chief animation director.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is looking really, really promising. We will see. There's no mention of CG, and there's no CG partner studios listed on this. It's all... Production IG are on the production committee.
Hell yeah.
So, Bandai Namco Filmworks, Kodansha, Science Saru, Production IG are the production committee for the series.
This could be good.
This could be good.
Fingers crossed, many fingers crossed, toes crossed, other things crossed.
Yeah.
You can cross those?
Yes! Time, training, and discipline.
Yeah.
I will teach you, my student.
Look, it looks really good. We're really hopeful, but time will tell until... So far, the trailer teaser only just shows the artwork, which is promising. It shows backgrounds and sets, which look really beautiful.
The character work looks kind of interesting.
But we will see. The other big news, Jojo Bizarre's Adventure Part 7. The Steel Ball Run is getting an anime. It was announced at Jojo Day fan event in Tokyo on the weekend.
They have a Jojo Day?
They do, every year. Yep,
Okay.
I know.
You don't have Jojo Day?
I do not.
It's a national holiday.
What do you do on Jojo Day? How do you celebrate?
Guess.
Pose. Pose for the entire day.
I don't know why I dabbed there. I don't know how to Joe.
Just singular Joe. That's where the issue is.
Yeah, that's
No,
probably
wait, that's
it.
a gang sign. Damn it, I don't know how to Joe
Don't
either.
do that ever. We don't have a date for part 7 yet, but I'm sure we'll hear in the next couple of weeks. Lycoris Recoil, which was very popular a couple of seasons back. That was the two girls who were assassins and were in a cafe. They were like the Sony one, you had the blonde hair one and the brunette, and everyone thought they were a cute couple because they were a really good assassin couple.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
remember
which
that.
one's the blonde and brunette?
That blonde and that brunette. Yeah, I just
Oh,
realized
okay.
there's two of each in this picture. So Lycoris Recoil, Friends Are Thieves of Time is a set of 6 short films. They're going to start streaming on April 16th on Aniplex USA's YouTube channel.
Works.
New episodes are going to release every Wednesday. We don't know the context of this or whether they're inside the series or after the series, or maybe they're just little goofy things. The first one is called Take It Easy. The second is Miles Away. They have these really beautiful artworks around them for like cover works that just kind of display like the style of each episode. One of them's definitely going to be someone having a flu because I can see a temperature thing at 39 degrees. But yeah, looking forward to
they call
that.
it the Rona, damn it.
All right, we've got news on sequel animes. My Happy Marriage series has just finished its show for its second season finale. Season 3, new anime project is in production. We presume that means it's another season. We will have to wait and see. No release date yet. Devil May Cry anime is getting a second season.
No, it already had a second season. Netflix buys these shows in batches.
Yes. Dandadan's second season has been confirmed for July 3 as its premiere. They are going to show the Evil Eye theatrical premiere in cinemas on June 6. Don't bother.
What?
It's the same sort of thing as like It's basically they're just going to show you 4 episodes in the cinema. If you're up for that, go for it. But 2 of them you're going to have already seen.
Yeah.
And
it's like the last 2 of the last season and then the first 2 of the next season.
And the general experience we've had with these is they don't remove like the opening credits or ending. It's just the same. It's just like literally putting it on. Like, and don't get me wrong, that could be fun.
That's kind in a cinema environment. It's a little bit cool, pointless. But
toilet break, run.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah.
That's the sound of your feet hitting the stairs on the way down.
We've got a lot of new artwork, and there's a trailer for the new season out now as well, and including a couple of character designs too. So that's all coming together. Maka-ine, The Too Many Losing Heroines, is getting its 2nd season. That was in July last year.
That one was a nice one.
Yeah, it was good fun. We do not have a release date yet, because that was just announced over the weekend. And same day dubs are back.
Nice.
So the new Gundam G-Qux is what I'm going to pronounce it as. G-Quux is apparently how it's announced.
Oh, this is the one with the too many letters.
Yeah, the G-Q-U-X.
Nice.
G-Croissant.
So that's getting a same-day dub. My Hero Academia Vigilantes now has a same-day dub for it, English dub. To Be a Hero X Anime also getting a same-day dub.
I've been seeing good things about that.
So have I. So we'll definitely be checking that one out. And then there's a whole string of movie news. So there's a new Lupin the Third 2D feature-length anime film, which we talked about a little bit earlier in the year. This is the first full-length 2D one, and it is premiering on the 27th of June. We don't know if it's heading to cinemas yet. Hang on, let me find that. Feature-length film in the franchise. Yeah, open in Japanese cinemas on June 27th. Wicked. It's called Lupin the Third, the movie, The Immortal Bloodline. So I'm not sure what that will be. Art style looks a lot more akin to the Woman Named Fujiko Mine and then the films that followed it.
Oh, okay.
So like darker, grittier, but we'll see. It might just be that they've only released the art line work so far.
I gotta say, I liked the CGI one, and I kind of want them to do another.
I would like to see Lupin the Third, the first, the second. That hurt your brain, didn't it?
I don't math.
I no longer math. I have moved on. I've moved past that.
Once they brought letters in, I dropped it.
Yeah. Now, there's a few films that have been announced. Keigo Higashino's Kusunoki no Banin novel is getting an anime film in 2026. This is the Camphorwood Custodian, so it's about someone who looks after a tree, allegedly, like those big old trees that we see in all the Ghibli films.
Okay, that's cool.
The question I have, it's being looked after at A1 Pictures, and Aniplex will distribute the film, okay, but Sword Art Online and Erased director Tomohiko Ito is directing it.
What the hell does this tree do?
It's going to date its cousin.
The film's super teaser visual was also released, which is just a wide shot of a tree, not a shoe.
Does the tree fight?
Well, I will get to that. I'm seeing committed a crime and gets arrested and something to do with revenge. So the novel story centers on Reito, a young man who is unreasonably fired from his job and in revenge has committed a crime, and gets arrested. He tries to appeal to the investigator to no avail, and he is sent to the prosecutor's office where he waits for his indictment. Suddenly, a lawyer appears and tells Reito he can be released if he follows his client's orders. He takes the gamble, accepts the condition, and turns out to be his late mother's half-sister, Senshu Yanagasawa. Senshu has only one order for Reito, to become the Camphorwood Tree Custodian at the Tsukigo Shrine.
Okay.
Reito becomes the Camphor Tree Custodian and meets different people who visit the temple grounds for different reasons.
Cute.
I don't know much more than that.
So the tree doesn't fight?
No.
Damn it.
No, like this is not like Pseudo Wudo. Like
I want a tree beard throwing hands.
So yeah, that's
Me
coming.
too. That sounds awesome.
New anime.
New anime's coming. Oh dear.
Tree, I am no tree. I'm going to kick your ass.
Okay, then.
Okay, no, this is amazing. Now.
Treebeard the anime.
I think there was a comic called Treebeard Year One, and the comic art was like an orc looking over its shoulder as an acorn is attacking it from above.
That's brilliant.
You don't need to cut me down for a trebuchet.
Right, back onto films. Live action Kowloon generic romance has been announced. There's a
that was
teaser
quick.
available. It's been in the work as long as the anime has, apparently.
That's very quick, in
Yep.
fact.
Well, remember Zom 100?
Yeah, fair
Yep.
enough.
So this looks good. It is due to land in August in Japanese cinemas. Imagery-wise, they've nailed the aesthetic of the characters and Kowloon's design. It'll be really interesting to see how this pans out.
Kind of fascinated to see the set. For Kowloon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of photographic work to, work with to build something.
I
like
suspect it might be a little too shiny in this setting because they'd have to use like somewhere in Japan to kind of mirror it, and they have to make it look lived in, but it can't be Battleship Island because obviously it's abandoned. Like they've got to.
that. Well,
More reason to use it. It's
Yeah, I
abandoned.
mean-
Well, then they'd have to clean it up.
they clean it up just to make it look slightly lived in, and then that would be very Kowloon.
Okay. I mean, that could work, actually. Yeah, now that you've said it, I'm like,
and
Anyway.
then if they clean it up, it can also be used as a tourist destination.
This is true.
I'd visit it. It looks awesome.
Okay. We're going to head over to the world of manga. Terraformers. Manga has gone on hiatus until summer.
How is that still going?
Well, because it went on a 4-year hiatus in April 20. It returned from that in April 2024, and it's been back for I think about 8 chapters. It was apparently the reason was to do with the author's health, which is a common issue. Aaron, you're very familiar with this with Hunter x Hunter. So
I've done my time. 4-year hiatus. Welcome to my life.
yeah,
I've done my waiting. 4 years of it. In Azkaban.
yeah. So either way, this looks. Yeah, it's disappointing. I'm up to date on the manga, and I've been sitting there going, "Where are these chapters? When are they coming?" They're not. Yeah.
It sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
RetroCrush has acquired the streaming rights for Future Boy Conan anime, which is like very old school.
It's a museum piece, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, so the free ad-supported streaming television linear channel for RetroCrush, which literally is acronymed as FAST, will air Future Boy Conan during the A Very Hayao Miyazaki Earth Day Marathon on April 20th, 22nd, and 27th from 8 till 4, as in 8 a.m. in the morning till 4 a.m. the next day.
I really need to subscribe to RetroCrush.
Well, we can't get it in Australia yet, so we'll have to use a VPN. Which brings us to... No, I'm kidding.
Content is sponsored by Raid VPN Legends.
Yes. So G-Kids did release Future Boy Conan anime in North America with a new 4K restoration a few years back and an English dub. And that was released in November 2021.
Wait, who was in the dub? How bad is it?
I don't know, but if it's G-Kids, they're normally pretty good. I'm not seeing anyone problematic in here.
Keanu Reeves.
No, it's definitely more like the standard like series dub casts. So they've got like Sabrina Pitre as Conan, Aaron Matthews as Jimsy, Lily Beardowen as Lana, Aaron Chapman as Dicey, Kazumi Evans as Monsley. Like these are all I wouldn't say massively well-known voice
very,
actors,
very standard.
but they're the standard fare that you would expect.
Yeah. It's
And
good stuff.
from what I've seen online in the comments, like people are generally pretty happy with the dub. So, but if you're not, you can always watch the other ones. So there you go.
I kind of miss terrible dubs.
We still need to do ghost stories. Like that needs to be done. This also marks Cineverse's second exclusive deal with G-Kids, who have the rights for it. Their first exclusive deal was for Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water, to do the 4K re-release with the full dub and everything treatment. So yeah, RetroCrush, if you don't know them, we really wish we had them here. They're a free ad-supported video-on-demand service in the US and Canada. It's on iOS, Android, and all these other locations, including smart TVs. And then, yeah, it's just done well for what it is. Like, it hasn't had to make massive price markups or like put in barriers to people watching it. It's just worked, which is really impressive to see. It
just works.
Yeah. And then we've got one more manga thing, and that is to do with My Hero Academia Vigilantes. the spin-off manga has gotten a new one-shot story now that connects in to celebrate the 20th issue of Shueisha's Weekly Shonen Jump magazine for this year, and it is to do... It's basically, I believe, an additional story set after the end of the series. Because the series ends quite satisfyingly.
Yeah, I just, at this point, it's
But the
dragging
series-
on more than Attack on Titan.
No, this is Vigilantes, not for the full series.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Like,
still the same.
Vigilantes has been finished for 3 years. So, like, I'd be disappointed if, like, you know, they didn't at least take the opportunity, because Vigilantes finishes before the main story begins. And I would love to see, I hope that this is like a special story set during the finale of the main series. Because, like, you don't see a lot of these characters return. You do see some of them return, but yeah, like, not the ones we want to see.
Fair.
I want to see where they end up. But yeah, that's the anime news. There's been a lot this fortnight, so, like, yeah, I don't blame you if you kind of zoned out a little bit there.
But
What?
Where am I? Why is there bread?
I remember we were talking about bugs on Mars.
And then there was a cream corn.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
I love bread.
I too love bread.
I love bread. I mean bread. So that's where we're going to leave things for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Next time, Beyblades.
Let things rip and some such.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure this is like the 20th anniversary year of Beyblades or something like that from the initial anime release. We need to look into that. There was a reason why we picked this year particular, because we've been talking about Beyblades for a while. Beyblades for a while.
Blah, blah, blah,
Beyblades for a while.
Beyblades, let it lip.
Oh yeah, we're going to do an episode on Turkey as well.
Yeah, but we need Turkey to come out first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a bowling anime that's coming. It looks good.
Yes, we did bowling just yesterday, and my arm hurts.
Yeah, mine too.
My legs hurt.
Yeah.
What were you guys doing?
Bowling.
Like using my arm.
What were you
rookie
doing?
moves. I was using Sanji style.
Oh, you were kicking the ball?
It's not soccer.
Anyway, if you have enjoyed what you've heard, hit the like button, subscribe, join us for future episodes.
Buy some bread.
If you are new to the channel, there's a delicious custard horn hidden behind the subscribe button. I promise it's not this half-eaten one that I've got.
You just need to decide which end.
I mean, if you would like that, you can sign up to our Patreon as... No, I'm kidding.
And send us a little message. We'll ziplock it and
give us the one that
put it
Kyle
in a
ate.
crime scene so that it links his DNA to it, and then you can have fun.
Wow, thanks, Aaron.
These are just some of the creative ideas you can do with Kyle's DNA.
God. I feel like I've become, shall we say, a man of service. As always, big thank you to our Patreon members. If you would like to support the show, get access to additional content such as the pre-show, outtakes, and a few other bits and bobs. Link is in the description, along with link to YouTube or audio versions, depending on what platform you're on and how you'd like to listen. Memberships start from $1 a month for Patreon. You can follow us for also for free to get major show updates. Socials, we're on them, except for X, because it's an X platform. And
remember, the
that's it.
pre-show is where we get to say all the naughty things that we are contractually not allowed to say anything. So
we have contracts?
Yes, I signed something.
Oh, that wasn't us.
Oh no.
Was it like a big red dude?
Yes.
How's your kidney feel right now? Like, is it still
what
there?
kidney? But yes, if you want to sign up for the Patreon and hear the pre-show where we swear and say all sorts of things, ask Mummy and Daddy what the swear words mean.
18 plus Patreon exclusive content, including a special episode. We do have a one-off episode in there so far that is about how Gynax really made its money.
Spicy thing.
Yeah.
It was a deep dive. It
was good. But either way, we're going to be back in 2 weeks' time with the wonderful Aussie
Beyblades.
Obelix. I got his name right this first time. Wonderful Brendan to talk about Beyblades. And we'll see what goes from there. I do have a feeling that we might be talking about Lucky Star this year. I feel like it should be on the agenda.
Oh no, 2025 Lucky Star.
Oh, we could do a double up, a Lucky Star and Azumagadayo. Melt our brains.
I do have that on the list, actually.
Penny, what have you done?
This was the 2000s brain rot. See, it's always been here.
Do you remember Paffendorf?
Paffendorf. No.
You'll have to look that up after this because they took sounds from Lucky Star and then they
Put them over other things.
It's this weird song. I used to listen to it on repeat because that's how brain rot works.
Yep. Okay, cool. Well, that's where we're going to leave things. Thank you so much for listening. You've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio, and until next time, watch some anime!
I'm going to eat this cannoli.
I'm going to fight you for that cannoli.
Fight me!